guys, I'm Eric Peterson and I'm a men's dating and relationship coach for Skill of Attraction. And today's attraction tips video is called Nice Guy Traits to Avoid. Now, unless you're new here or you're new to modern dating advice for men, you should know that women do not find nice guys attractive at all. Now, I realize that's confusing because you hear women all the time say how they just want a nice guy. How men interpret that isn't what women are actually talking about when they say that. Yes, women do like good, kind men. Actually, you should check out my video, Good Men versus Nice Guys, to get a better understanding on the difference between the two. Now, regardless of that, men hear nice guy, and then a light bulb goes off and they think, aha, I just have to be nice and I'll get the girl. And that's not exactly true. In fact, it's far from true. You need much more than that. Actually, I would say kill the nice guy behavior and you'll have far greater success with women and just with life in general. Sadly, most of us, at least in the West, have been conditioned from an early age to be the nice guy. Much of that comes from feminism, where they shame men for being men. I mean, we're told to tone it down, that masculinity is toxic, to embrace our feminine side, and so on. All that is BS. In fact, the more that you follow what I teach and actually implement it, you're going to notice that it feels kind of natural. There may be that initial awkwardness or discomfort from stepping outside your comfort zone, but after you've had a little experience with this stuff, you're going to feel good about it. And you know why you're going to feel good and natural after embracing these changes? Because it's who you naturally are. You've been taught all your life to be someone who you're not. I mean, you're not nice. You may be kind with a big heart, but you're not nice. You're a man, and men are anything but nice. Now, it's not easy being a man. I mean, we go through a lot, despite that our feminist society says that we live life on easy mode and that we're privileged. While there may be a handful of men out of all the men in the world that live a privileged life, most of us have to struggle each and every day. Now, this is one of the reasons why women go for the alphas or the men who win at life. They're a rare breed, but most of them just figured it out earlier than the rest of us. My point being, you too can be one of those men who win at life if you work at it. But no one is going to take you seriously or show you respect when you're a nice guy. As the saying goes, nice guys finish last. Now, of course, this doesn't mean that you have to be a complete dickhead or an a-hole. Well, maybe a little. But you do have to stop being so nice. And you have to start putting yourself first. So in this attraction tips video, I'm going to be discussing some of the most common nice guy traits that you really need to avoid. I mean, I'm a recovering nice guy. In fact, many of the coaches that you learn for are all recovering nice guys. And if we can do it, so can you. Yes, it takes practice and stepping outside your comfort zone, but it can be done. And stepping outside your comfort zone is much more or much better than people stepping on you. But if you guys need my personal help and you're interested in some private coaching, please head over to my website at soa.fm, click on the coaching tab, and there you'll see that I have several options for you to choose from. My coaching options include several phone coaching packages for my North American clients and several Zoom coaching packages for my clients outside North America. And I'll post the links to both my contact page and my coaching page in the description down below. Also, if you haven't checked out the new Skill of Attraction yet, I encourage you to do so. Activity has been picking up over there a bit, and what I mean by that is more and more people are posting their questions and advice, sharing their knowledge, answering questions and whatnot. And that's exactly what it's for. It's a community for men to get advice, compare notes, and share their war stories of their experiences with women. Essentially, a place for men to be men. Now, of course, you ladies, you're welcome there too, if you like, but just be prepared for what it is. Registration is free, and you can remain relatively anonymous. So just head over to soa.fm, sign up for an account, and voila, you're all set. You can start posting right away. So I hope to see you guys there. So when I was preparing for this video and making a list of all the nice guy traits, I had to stop at 20 and try to narrow it down so this video wasn't an hour long. This should tell you just how many nice guy traits most men demonstrate. I mean, they are a lot. So just jump into this so you can stop making these mistakes today. As I mentioned earlier, just doing away with these nice guy traits, you'll find much more success with women. Even if you're in a relationship already, stop this stuff. It might upset your girl initially because she's used to you being a certain way, but stay the course and you'll notice her attraction for you begin to increase. And with more attraction comes a more affectionate and sexual girl. Now, number 1, neediness. This is a big one and probably the number 1 trait that turns women off more than anything. Women do love to be wanted and desired by a man, but they despise being needed by a man. It may sound romantic to say to her, "Oh, I need you, baby," but she doesn't really want that. She wants you to be happy and confident without her and to be a complement to your already awesome, fulfilling life that you lead. This can be tough for men to understand because we love to be needed by our girl. I mean, it makes us feel useful and like a man, but women don't want that at all. I actually have a few videos about neediness in men that I recommend you check out. Now, number 2, too available. This is another topic I've done a couple of videos on. I even made a video on what women think of men who are too available, from a woman's point of view, of course. It communicates that you have nothing else going on in your life but her. Again, that may sound romantic on paper or in the movies, but despite what they tell you, women want to fight for your time and attention. They don't want to fight too much for it, or she'll think that you're just not interested. But she wants to fight for it a little bit. It makes her feel special when she's finally has earned it. Number 3, too agreeable. When a man likes a woman, he will often agree with her on just about everything as a way to force a connection. And I've noticed a lot of guys don't even realize that they're actually doing this, but you need to be a bit of a challenge. Not all women will admit this, but they all love a man who's a little challenging. There are quite a few ways that you can be challenging without being confrontational or being a complete dick. I actually did a video a while back called 15 Ways to Be a Challenge with Women that I highly recommend so you can understand what challenging actually means in this context. Now, number 4, people pleasers. Nice guys are notorious people pleasers. In fact, that's often how I define a nice guy. They will essentially do anything anyone asks, either out of feeling guilty for saying no or because they want others to like them more, or perhaps a combination of both. And this desire to please everybody around them is often unconscious decisions on their part. Most likely something deep-seated from childhood led to this. Learn to tell people no once in a while. I mean, it may feel a bit scary and uncomfortable at first, but the truth is people will respect you more for it. And they'll stop coming to you all the time to do their dirty work for them. And I can't think of one time that after I told someone no, that it resulted in an argument or a lost friendship. I actually think it was Dr. Seuss who once said, "The people that matter don't mind, and the people who mind don't matter." Something to think about. Number 5, approval seeking. Nice guys are always seeking approval from others, whether they realize it or not. This is something that you really have to pay attention to because this is another one that's often so deeply rooted within. You especially want to watch yourself with this around women. They find approval-seeking behavior to be very unattractive, even though they often try to get us to seek their approval. Since we've been little boys, we've looked to our mothers or a majority of our female teachers in school for approval. I mean, we are taught to seek their approval, namely from women. But you're men now, and remember, she's not your mother. You don't need her approval for anything. And plus, women, they hate it when we treat them like our mothers. Number 6, covert contracts. Now, this is a term that I learned in the book, No More Mr. Nice Guy, which I highly recommend that you read. This basically means that there are strings attached to your generosity, but the other person doesn't know that. In other words, say you do something really nice for your girl, but you're expecting some sort of generosity from her in return. But she doesn't know that. She just thinks you're doing something nice from the heart. And when the other person doesn't reciprocate, the nice guy gets angry and resentful, but he keeps it bottled up and never says a word about it. Then one day he eventually just explodes, and she doesn't know where that all came from. Number 7, pedestalizing. This is another trait notorious for nice guys. Putting women up on a pedestal like they're a goddess that men are not worthy of. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love women. I think they're wonderful creatures that deserve respect, but respect like I would give anyone else. Of course, if she's your girl, she might get a bit more respect than the average person, but it should never be more than you give yourself. And pedestalizing isn't just about giving her too much respect, it's about putting her first, even before yourself, giving her special treatment, tolerating bad behavior, allowing her to walk all over you, giving her the world when she gives you much less, if anything, in return. You must remember that women want a man that they look up to with respect and admiration. When you have her way up on that pedestal, she has no choice but to look down on you, slowly losing respect for you the whole time. Now, number 8, submissive. Nice guys tend to let their girl take the lead and call the shots. Sometimes these men are just submissive by nature, but other times it's because they believe that women will like them more if they let her have control, not like all those other jerks. In my experiences, most women often say that they want control, but they don't really. They do want a competent leader. So men, if you're the nice guy, I highly recommend that you start being a little assertive and decisive and start taking the lead in the relationship. Now, number 9, no boundaries. Nice guys rarely, if ever, establish boundaries with their women. Now, if they do, they don't make them known until she has just stomped all over them. But how would she know when he allows it to happen? I mean, he doesn't speak up nor put his foot down. Look, establishing and enforcing boundaries is a healthy thing to do in a relationship. They're actually expected. And when you don't draw a line in the sand, women see you as weak. No woman wants a guy who allows people, including her, to walk all over him. I mean, how will she ever respect you? And number 10, the hero complex. Now, this is one that many men do without realizing it. In fact, this one is something I used to do all the time when I was younger. I've had men ask me in the past why this is considered a nice guy trait. So some men know that they're doing it, and I get it to some extent. I mean, what man doesn't want to be his girl's hero, right? However, nice guys do it for the wrong reasons. They do it as a way to get her to like him more. Deep down, they believe that if they step in and do everything for her, solve every one of her problems, coddle her like an infant, and so on, that he's making himself indispensable. But the truth is, women don't respect this in a man. Yes, of course, she's going to like that you're making all of her problems go away and treating her like a princess, but she doesn't respect it. She'll take you for granted and have you jumping through hoops and bending over backwards to continue pleasing her because it'll never be enough. Now, this isn't to say that you shouldn't help your girl out once in a while, but it's best that you let her ask for your help. Or if you do help her, don't do it all for her. Help to guide her to a solution. As an example, say she can't pay her bills. Don't just give her the money. Instead, ask her if she would like some help getting her finances in order, or tell her about some side hustle you heard about where she can earn some extra money. She will respect you more for it, and she will feel better about herself for getting out of her own mess. Now, I have a handful of other nice guy traits that you should do away with, but Again, so this doesn't turn into an hour-long video, I'm just going to list off the others that I came up with for this video. Number 11, victim mentality. Number 12, over-emotional or angry outbursts. Number 13, weak body language. Number 14, self-deprecating humor. Number 15, feeling shame or guilt for wanting sex. Number 16, whining and complaining. Number 17, he's a braggart. He brags about how great he is. Number 18, codependency. Number 19, he puts other men down to make himself look better. And number 20, controlling, possessive, jealous, domineering behavior. So there you have it, a total of 20 nice guy traits that you need to avoid. Now, if you have any of these traits, then you want to work on getting rid of them and replacing them with more masculine, self-respecting, confident behavior that will lead to your girl actually respecting and admiring you rather than feeling disgust or pity. So, if you found this video helpful or any of my videos helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and for you to share it with any of your friends and family. And I would also really appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button down below and tick that little bell symbol next to it so you get real-time notifications of when I upload new videos. And in the description down below, not only will I have a link to both my contact page and my coaching page, but I also have a link to PayPal or my Bitcoin wallet address if you deem this video worthy of a donation. Oh, and you also have super thanks as an option. So that's it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.